All right, guys, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to join me. Let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo there. Click that, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, like our videos. Really do appreciate it as always. I did a Instagram live yesterday talking about the capital gains tax and the market reaction towards it. So if you want to check that out, that is on Instagram at G.A.R Capital. Make sure to take a look. Next, I guess, live video I'll do it on YouTube. So I'll kind of alternate between both since I do YouTube daily. I did not do one yesterday, so again, I didn't have one yesterday. My apologies. Had the alarm people come from my house, so I had to, set it up with the Wi-Fi and the whole nine. All right, get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk about this market action today. Dow futures are down 34 points due to really because of American Express and Intel. So we'll go over those pre-market movers in a little bit. NASDAQ is up about 0.19%, bouncing back slightly. S&P up 0.11%. Russell is bouncing 0.46%. Bitcoin futures are below 50,000 at 6.91%. We'll go over that here in a second. Crude oil is slightly green, 61.46 a barrel. Gold futures are up 17.95 an ounce, 0.74%. Silver futures 0.96% currently, 26.44 an ounce. Let's take a look at dollar yen for my forex people. 120.71, up 56 pips here, and the dollar yen is down 43 pips at 107.53. The dollar index is down pretty nice amount, down 0.46%, 90.91, and the VIX is slightly green, 0.21% at 18.75. Remember, it's still below 20. I would say 20 on the VIX, it will really tell you a lot. That's when really, you start getting a little more fear in the market. But 20 is your barometer. So again, as long as the VIX is below 20, I think we're pretty much in the right space. All right, let's go ahead and go over a couple things. First, let's go over crypto, since that's been like everyone's thing in their mind. So we're going to go over a couple things. Bitcoin is now at 49,255. I did buy some yesterday at 50,000. Once it broke 50,000, I bought some. Nothing crazy, again, just slight little nibbles. I don't buy all in, buy a full coin or anything. Again, just slight nibbles. I'm more of a dollar cost average guy. I've bought 2 full Bitcoins before, one at 9,000 and one at 18,000. So holding that. And then I had some Bitcoin before, but I sold 1 full coin to actually for the home that I have. So I bought a home with my Bitcoin, the down payment anyways. Ethereum 2240. Right now, again, they're green during the last 24 hours, so Ethereum is holding up very nicely. I own some of that. Ripple is down about 8.96%. Binance Coin down about 5.5%. Cardano down 3.43%. Dogecoin is at 22 cents. It was a lot lower. It's at 13% to the downside. Litecoin is down. Is actually pretty flat, 230. Chainlink 32.13. Again, there's so many coins, guys. I get asked about it all the time. So again, I think the best thing is just stick to the big boys. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think you'll be okay. So let's take a look at some pre-market movers. Let me move this over. Let's go ahead and refresh. Pre-market movers, we've seen the same ones. NEO was price upgraded today to $50 a share, up 1.42%. So that's the big one there. Let's take a look at Naked Brand. They're up 14%. I've seen that many times there. Apple up 0.23%. Intel had their report yesterday, earnings report. They're down 3.24%. American Express reported this morning. They're down 4.38%. Nike is up slightly, 0.21%. Honeywell reported as well. They're down 1.42%. And Microsoft is green, 0.28%. So Apple, Microsoft doing decent, both green. IBM still continuing to chug along, up 0.47%. Visa's green, 3M is green, materials. Walmart is down 0.34%. On the S&P, American Airlines is up nearly 1%. Ford Motor Company is basically flat. Tesla's up 0.22%. Norwegian is up 1.14%. AMD is up 0.77%. Skyworks is also up 4.39%. Kimberly-Clark down 4%. Seagate down 2.77%. Kimberly-Clark's a great company if you want the dividend, mind you. Facebook is up 0.67% in the NASDAQ. Micron is up 0.22%. And Moderna is up 0.83%, and Baidu is up 1.27%. So that's where we are pre-market. Let's go ahead and chart a couple of things and see what we do here. So this week has been a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's been a tough one. A very, very choppy week. You can see that we basically regained all of Tuesday and Monday's flush. And yesterday we had the report from Bloomberg regarding the capital gains raise for people making over $1 million. That caused some weakness in the market, slight bounce. But again, if we look at the bigger picture on E-mini futures, S&P futures, again, that's how I look at because it runs 24 hours. We bring up a daily, again, really just looks like a blip. At the end of the day, we're still looking up at the channel anyways. So if we bring up SPY, and you can see SPY is slightly 4 to 12, 87, slightly right at that trend line. And again, there's actually two trend lines because if you go by here in September, you can see that this other channel is still up there. So again, I'm still bullish in this market as long as the VIX stays below 20, and I think it does. The VIX just went red. I think the VIX below 20 is still a green light to actually buy the dip here. I'll be looking for some opportunities out there. I bought some stocks the last couple of days. I didn't buy anything huge yesterday or the day before. I did buy some Bitcoin. So again, I'm still looking for opportunities to buy some stocks on the cheap. Again, I'm still bullish this market longer term. A couple of things that I do want to go over regarding Bitcoin that I posted was that, again, when it comes to drawdowns of Bitcoin, again, you can own whatever you want. But again, just looking at this, in January, we had a 19-day drop of 31%. In February, we had a 26% drop, which lasted 7 days. And in March, we had an 18% drop, which lasted 12 days, and it bounced. Each of those months, we hit record highs. April, down 27%, which is currently in its 9th day. So again, those dips happen. That is nothing new. Again, it's a volatile asset. So again, when you are investing in cryptocurrency or anything else, you need to prepare for the drawdowns. If you're looking for something that's a lot, I would say a lot more stable or not that too crazy, I posted our dividend portfolio for our investment club on Instagram. If you are interested in that, let me know in the DMs. I will forward it to you and we'll get that to you. Again, just DM at G.A.R Capital, our social media social media assistant. We'll go ahead and forward it to you. Again, that's one of our portfolios that we have, and we put some money in there. And again, it's pure dividends that pay monthly. And again, it's extremely stable, not much swings. Again, very, very boring. Or you can always just buy index funds, make life easy. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and, okay, real quick on SPY. SPY just needs to retake let me see what this trend line is. This trend line should be right here at the 50, right at 414.25. If we can recapture 414.25, that'd be a very big win for the bulls. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on next week. We have a lot of tech earnings. We have Apple next week. We have Microsoft next week. Facebook next week. I believe Tesla next week. So again, 4 big names next week. We will send out the calendar from EPS Whispers or Earning Whispers on Twitter and on Instagram just to prepare you guys. Would I buy any of these names ahead? No, I would probably not want to do anything like that. But if you want to start looking at the indices, SPY and Qs, that'd probably be more prudent to remove single stock risk. So that's just something to look at. Let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Good morning, guys. Kevin's asking about KMB, Kimberly-Clark. Kimberly-Clark, I do like. It's a great company, long-term, great dividend yield. I think if you're looking to buy here, again, and I don't own any, if you're looking to buy, I would say 134.58. So you're right there, 135. That's a really good spot because you're just really testing the 100-day moving average on the daily. So I think that'd be a good setup. Hunting the Alta is asking, good morning. Uber upside prior to earnings. I think Uber has tremendous upside. I own shares. I wouldn't buy, again, ahead of the number. I'd wait and then see if you can add. If we break below 50, I'll be adding shares. That's how I'm going to do it. Good time to go with gold calls. GLD has been a rough one to trade. Looking at it here, I'm still having the level to look for as 172.08. So again, couple of bucks to the upside, breaks the 100-day. 172.08 would be my level, and I would target 175. Until we get there, I'm waiting. What stocks hold up gains with capital gains like, even if it happens? Well, again, the one thing I would recommend to individuals is that don't let taxes hinder your investment thesis, because at the end of the day, you still need assets anyways to outpace inflation, regardless of what the taxes are. Don't base your investment approach on taxes. Let your accountant handle that. Again, speak to a tax professional. So again, I would still stick with growth names. I would still tech with heavy tech. dividend names with great balance sheets, and also have a sliver of your portfolio, maybe 5 to 10% on some more of the riskier names, riskier like a Palantir, like a Neo, like a Tesla, for example, or if you wanted to buy Plug Power, some of those names that are a little more high flyers, DKNG, or a Zoom or a Peloton. Again, it's good to have those kind of a slice of your portfolio that's a little more higher risk, again, depending on your age or depending on your risk tolerance. Now, again, if it's your retirement, it's very simple. Just buy an index fund and you'll be fine. But again, if you're talking about your regular portfolio, have a slice of your portfolio, maybe 10% into more of these riskier assets, kind of like a Bitcoin or whatever crypto you want, like a Palantir, like a Zoom or whatever. But again, the majority of your portfolio should be some index funds, some mega cap names like a United Health, like a Johnson & Johnson, like a Microsoft, some of the bulletproof names. Apple would be good to have there as well. JP Morgan Chase, the names are not going to go anywhere. Let's see, Goldman Sachs, bottom of the channel, good time for calls. I had Goldman Sachs calls and I got beat to hell, so there you go. Basically, expire worthless. This chop really did hurt. I was waiting for that 344.54 break. We were right there on Monday, and we got hit, and that's all. We had it from last week. Sometimes you get mowed down, guys. I mean, personally, I probably lost this week in trading about $10,000. It happens. It really does. And I'll go ahead and show you guys my P&L once it's posted this weekend. And you guys can see that it happens, guys. It happens. Now, you just dust yourself off and move on. So this week, I'll be looking for opportunities, see what else is out there, and see if we can bounce back. Just like anything else, you make it up. March was a brutal month. We made it up in April. January was a great month. February was kind of mixed. So it's ups and downs. That's trading for you guys. Investing, again, a lot easier, autopilot. Trading takes a little more of this and a little more of this. But when it comes to Goldman Sachs, would I hit the bottom of the channel? Let's take a look at daily. I didn't even answer the question. My apologies. And you can see we did break down below the channel. So again, we're still holding up. Break 344.54, then we can start looking at calls again. Maybe possibly look at 350 or 355. But right now, I hold off. Good morning, Carlos. Thoughts on Baidu 220 calls and ENPH 170s? Let's take a look at it. Baidu. Turn on the fan. It's hot. There you go. All right, so Baidu, looking at the channel, again, just like most of the SPAC names, Baidu's not a SPAC, but the momentum names took a big drawdown from 354 to 214. So there is a gap to fill, a slight one, at 236. So you're looking at Baidu for the 220s. So again, I can see what you're looking at. So let's go ahead and a little more short-term time frame. It's just chop. Stay away from Baidu. I would not touch it. The other one is ENPH, end phase. And that one you're looking at which one? The 170s. Okay, so you're looking for a retracement of this big flush from Monday, a couple of Mondays ago. I would wait to possibly 167 before I do anything on this one. Now, it could probably get you out, but if you get to 167, it'll be closer to the money if you're looking at it. But again, it's going to cost you a little more in premium. I don't know how the volume is on this one. But again, 168.86 is your 100-day moving average. That could be resistance. I would skip it. I know it doesn't sound fun, but I would skip this one for calls. Tesla by Dominique. Let's see Tesla. Looking at Tesla here, I had Tesla calls too, and I got it. I actually had two of them, which was really worse. So I had one that was a signal and one that I did on my own, and I got hit. So Tesla's been all over the place. Now it's at 19.99. They report next week. Don't trade it. It's going to be very expensive, so I would skip. Again, I own shares. Break 760, we can have a conversation, possibly the 800s, but right now I would wait. Carlos, you can give a little background on how algorithms work. Okay, so algorithms are basically just the machines. Again, it's like setting up a computer program, putting alerts on. Again, when certain words come out in headlines, the algos will sell based on that. Whether it's the unemployment report, non-farm payroll report, GDP report, or any kind of tax. Again, there's usually little buzzwords that hit the algorithm and they sell according to that, or they buy according to that. Is there anything that we can control? No, nothing you can control or anyone can control. I mean, selling on the rumor really doesn't make any sense, but again, that affects the market because these hedge funds, these institutions have high frequency trading, which is the algorithms, which is the machines. The machines do all the work. It's a computer run market at the end of the day. Can you explain dividends? Yes, dividends are basically, I'll make it easier for you. Dividends is basically rent to you. So you get a rent payment every quarter or every month from the company from investing in them. So When you have a dividend yield, that's the percentage that you get in return every year. That's your dividend yield. And then it says the actual exact amount you get per share, whether it's 30 cents, a dollar, 25 cents per share per quarter. And there's an actual dividend X date, meaning you need to own the stock by this date in order to get dividends. That's how dividends work. You're just getting money back from the company for investing in them. That's it. Now, usually the companies that pay dividends is because their growth is pretty much solidified. Like if there's a ceiling in growth. JP Morgan can't grow more than it already has. So they're considered a value stock. So what do? They buy back shares to bring up the price, and they also provide dividends. So they're more value to the shareholder. You're not going to get 40, 50, 60% capital appreciation on a JP Morgan within 6 months like a Palantir or a high flyer like a NEO or a Tesla. But guess what? Those three companies do not pay dividends. All their money that they get, they reinvest into the business. Amazon does not pay a dividend. They keep their money. They don't buy back stock. All they do is reinvest into other things, so again, think of it this way. You're a real estate investor. Are you a cash flow investor, meaning you want to get paid by rent from tenants? That's dividends. Or do you want to buy and flip? That's capital appreciation. Those are growth stocks. So you buy a house just to see if the value of the stock of it actually growing. You do the yard, you do a couple of paint, you renovate it, or you just buy the house to rent it out. That's your dividends. Easy way to do it. Coin. I added some coin as well, below 300. Can't really chart coin because it hasn't been around that long. But again, you could see from 429 at the high all the way down to 284. I still think it's a great company long term. Kathy Wood keeps buying it, but again, I don't base my anything on her. I think coin is a great company long term, and I want to own it. If it continues to break down, maybe below 250, 230, I will go ahead and buy some more. I don't have no problem buying it, keeping going down. Does coin continue to slide with crypto? Yeah, of course. Remember, coin and crypto are going to come together. So again, if you have a lot of people that are joining Coinbase and buying this dip, then that should be a positive for Coinbase. But again, obviously, when prices rise with crypto, a lot more eyes and a lot more people are going to be interested in buying crypto. Again, this could be one or two things. It could be just a slight dip or a washout like in 2017, where everyone bought at the top and sold at the bottom, and the smart individuals bought the dip and held. If you have a longer time horizon, guys, you're going to be fine. Why do I say that? Well, you tell me. Let's take a look at BTC futures. Again, I can't chart Bitcoin spot here on TD Ameritrade. If we just go back to 2020 in March, you were right around 4,000. I think the low was, this is in March, about 39.16. 39.16. Why everyone was freaking out and you bought Bitcoin, look where you are now. Even if you had this dip, you're at 49,360. The highs are at 65,000. Again, at the end of the day, is it an investment to you or is it a trade to you? Do you believe in Bitcoin changing the future? I equate crypto as the internet. In the early 90s, a lot of people thought the internet will never work. It was a fad. Banking online, who's going to do that? Who's going to shop online? No, man, I could just go to the store. Then it started gaining traction. I still think Bitcoin is still in the early adoption phase. A lot of things are changing. I see crypto as the internet was in the 90s. Now, very, very important to remember. In the 90s, we had a lot of tech stocks that were worthless. I equate that to now. There's a lot of crypto that's worthless, but they're gaining a lot in shares. Remember Excite, Lycos, all the Ask Jeeves, a lot of weird names that came out during the 90s. These weird search engines, Alta Vista. Maybe you guys are too young to remember this. But again, we had a lot of companies that came out like Pets.com, again, that had sky-high valuations. I can equate that to Dogecoin or to a lot of these weird cryptos. That's why I tell people, if you are looking just to get into crypto, keep it simple, Bitcoin. Bitcoin to me is like Microsoft or Amazon of the internet stocks. Ethereum is like the Google of Amazon of internet stocks in the 90s. Sure, they're going to have some price fluctuations, but long term, keep in mind, guys, Google IPO'd in 2003 at $80 a share. Look where it is now. Again, you gotta, some things, guys, some things in time, good things sometimes take time. And you could see here, oh, it was down to 35 bucks on Google, and now you're at 2,200. I remember the IPO was 80 bucks, but now it was 47, I'm assuming. But again, if you bought and held in 2005, just buy and hold, $47 to $2,267. That's pretty great. So again, I would equate that. So keep in mind, Ethereum is like Google, And Bitcoin is like Microsoft, Amazon during, well, Microsoft was in the 80s. Let's say Amazon. Again, it takes some time. Even Amazon tanked as well. If you want to take a look at Amazon post IPO, post the actual fall of the tech stocks, look at it was $1.31 post .com bubble burst. What was it, $31 a share? Now it's at $3,309. Again, sometimes good things, sometimes take time. Ask Jeeves, right? Neo pins calls. Let's take a look at Neo. Okay, Neo just had a price upgrade. Looking at here on the hourly, there is a resistance slightly at 40.41. Maybe possible break that, and then you could target possibly the 41s, kind of keep it close. Let's keep an eye on it. I like Neo. I own Neo long term, so I'm okay with that. Let's look at Pins. Pinterest is a great company. I don't own any, but it's probably the least controversial of all the social media, so it's the safe one. Looking at Pins, really not much to do here. If you break 75.77, that's the 100-day on the hourly. Interesting enough. Looking at this trend, I mean, I can just spitball it here. Really, 70 is your support, or actually really 66 is your support. I'm not seeing a lot of interest to want to buy some here. I think Neo's probably a better buy with that break. But Pins could be a good dip buy if you're interested in buying the stock. Yes. Hi, Carlos. I entered LI at 32 for a short-term swing back in February. Got greedy, didn't take profits. Should I hold and hold the downward channel? LI. Again, a lot of these momentum names, guys, got hit. You know, name it. They all did. You talking about football, TV, space. Again, we all have that SPAC thing and everything like that. If you believe in the companies, guys, think of it as an asset like a house. When you buy your house and your next door neighbor sells his house because he's going through a divorce or a bankruptcy for half the price, and you guys have comparable houses, should your house be worth half of that same price? Probably not, because you know your home's worth. So again, if you're buying a company, the price in a month or 2 months should not dictate your feelings toward the company. Now again, if you are investing in a company and you think the business dynamic has changed, maybe the management has changed, or the value has changed based on stock, or maybe the demand in that sector, let's say TV, if it's sports gambling or whatever. Again, if you don't feel comfortable owning something, you should sell immediately. I'm a firm believer in that. But if you do believe in the sector, management, the company growth, you gotta give it some time, guys. When you plant a seed in the ground and you add some water, it's not a tree tomorrow. It takes time. It takes watering. It takes patience. It takes sunlight. Stocks do not grow within a day. They don't take 2 days. It doesn't matter what Costco does in 3 days. It matters in 3 years, in 4 years. Yes, you need these stocks to mature. It takes time. I think a lot of individuals want to microwave profits. They want things yesterday, and that's not how you win in investing, guys. That's not going to work. Looking at LI here, if you're doing a swing trade, you're buying a short-term swing at 32, I think we're nearing support right around 18. If it breaks 18, you may have to cut bait. I put that alert. If you start breaking above 28.53, which would take time, then you can start getting back to where, we're going to get back to those levels. But again, if you're swing trading it, again, I think options are best bet rather than owning it. If you're an investor in this company, I think just stick with it if you believe in the company, obviously. Lulu is breaking out. Can it continue? I do own stock in it, and it does look very, very good. It's at 339, above the 200 and the 100 cross on the daily. Yes, it could look like it can continue, obviously. Let's see if it breaks 346, which is that resistance there. If it does, then 360 is definitely in focus. Definitely 400 by the end of the year is my call on Lulu. I love Lulu. I own it long term. Hey, Carlos, if you had $7,000 available for options, how much would you do a trade with each? Okay, good question. Let's go to our favorite, one of our favorite websites. It's Percentage Calculator because I'm lazy. And let's say we have $7,000. 1 to 4%, your max that you should risk on any trade should be $280 with $7,000. So see, Percentage Calculator, 4%, $7,000, $280. You're trading today, and you lost $280 on one trade, and you have a $7,000 account. Are you freaking out? Probably not. The idea is to not freak you out every time the market goes against you. I just lost $10,000 this week. Am I going to go crazy? No, I'm not. It sucks, sure. I'm not going to lie. It sucks. But you live to fight another day. Don't go all in on anything. Be smart. Again, it's all about risk management, always. Always, never trade more than you're comfortable with. If you're losing sleep at night over a trade, you risk too much. If you're emotional and pissed off over a trade, you risk way too much. It should be just like driving a car. The first time you drove a car at 16, you were freaking out over the brake, over the shifting, parallel parking, signaling, whatever. Now when you drive, I'm assuming you guys all drive, do you even think when you drive? Really? When you're driving a car, do you even think? You don't even notice, honestly, when you're braking, accelerating, shifting, looking in the mirror. Your brain is doing so many things, but since you're so used to it, the habit has already been created, you're not even thinking about it. That's how, when you know you've already hit that level of trading, that it doesn't even affect you anymore. It doesn't even affect you. You just don't even think about it. Hope that makes sense. What's Dogecoin like at BTC like Microsoft? I would say Alta Vista, which went to zero. How about that? That's what beat Dogecoin. Dogecoin was created as a joke. Do you want to invest in a joke? I mean, listen, it's a gamble. You want to roll the dice? I'm with you guys. I mean, all for it if you guys want to roll the dice. I mean, my CFO made some money on Dodge and he got lucky. God bless him, but I didn't do anything with that thing. Okay, so I guess we'll leave it there, guys. Dodge is Nicola. Nicola actually jumped yesterday, so just a heads up. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Longer than expected. 26-minute morning note. You guys had some great questions for me. Really appreciate it. Always fun to talk to you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys on Monday for the morning note. Instagram will have the actual earnings report for next week, so you guys can be prepared. If you guys have a question in regards to charts of the day, I haven't done some lately. Not a lot of requests. Let me know in the comments, and we'll go ahead and create a couple of charts there for you. Have a great rest of your day. I'll probably chart some of the earnings that are coming up soon. We'll do that. That should be fun over the weekend. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time out of your day. Hope you enjoyed the IG Live yesterday. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Cheers, guys.